Today's video is based on a question that I want to ask my brothers that have YouTube channels. Are you a leader or an entertainer? If people's lives have improved and they're making more money this year than the year before, then you're a leader. But if neither their lives nor their bank account have improved since they started viewing your content, then you're an entertainer. The effect of being entertained, brothers, is to be maintained. The goal of being maintained is to keep you right where you are, never changing or improving, but staying in the same location, the same position or condition, just waiting to get more entertainment. So, are you a leader or an entertainer? What value do men get from your content? Will watching 200 hours of your content transform beta men into alphas? And can watching your content take them to the top, or will it make them toxic? Let's talk about it. Proverbs 29:13-14 says, "The poor and the deceitful man meet together. The Lord lightens both of their eyes. The king that faithfully judges the poor, his throne shall be established forever." The English word deceitful in this verse comes from the Hebrew word tok, which means oppressor, creditor, user, or rich. The rich man is being called an oppressor or usurer because he claims to give the poor man credit when he is actually giving him debt and bondage. So rather than being free to serve God, the poor man has been deceived into working to serve the rich man just to pay off his debt. The phrase meets together is telling us that the rich man and the poor man were both made by God to be successful. However, one chose to get rich by oppressing the other and preventing him from becoming successful. The phrase lighten both of their eyes means that God gave both of them imagination and vision to help them become successful. But since the poor man walks by sight, he tries to satisfy the lust of his eyes through instant gratification, whereas the rich man walks by vision so he can see how to finance his future. Therefore, he deploys his money or lends it to the poor man through usury in order to make more money. And the word judgment in this context means to give wisdom and guidance to. And this is telling us that the man who faithfully gives wisdom and guidance to poor men shall leave a legacy in the earth for his family forever. And this is how generational wealth is actually built. Now, the questions that I want to ask my YouTube brothers is this. Are you deceiving guys who watch your content into believing that they're going to be better? Or are you using them like a creditor to make your life better, to make yourself become richer? Now, I'm wondering because I see a lot of you guys flexing Rolex watches and expensive cars from the money that you're making.
Say what?
And another reason why I have to ask this question is because I saw a video that was posted by one of the so-called leaders in the black YouTube arena that kind of made me disgusted. And I would say his name, but it wouldn't add any value to the story. Plus, the bitch-ass fanboys of his are going to go crazy, okay? Some of you grown-ass men react like church women do whenever someone reveals something bad about their pastor. And this bitch-assness has to end, and you guys have to start being real men. Now, based on what he said, I came to the conclusion that these guys claim to speak for men, but they actually act like a bunch of high school girls. You see, high school girls can't say anything negative about anyone in their group or they will get ostracized.
Come on.
And this grown-ass man actually said that he can't speak on anything that he doesn't like about other YouTubers or they will turn on him. And brothers, he's basically saying that the guys in this YouTube manosphere clique act like high school chicks. He was saying that they can't say anything that might cost some of them money. Yet these guys are the same guys who are always talking about women don't hold each other accountable. And as a result of his on-screen comments and the behind-the-scenes conversations that he says he had with other men in the arena, it's clear that they are only in it for the money. See, he said that he has things that he doesn't like about what the other guys on the YouTube channels are doing. However, the code that they go by is one guy can never criticize another guy. And this is why freaking fraud managed to get away with what they were doing for so long. See, none of these guys would criticize him because it has an impact on the money. And these dudes even coordinate to make sure that they don't do live streams at the same time. And why? Because it will create competition for your attention and it will have an impact on their money. Now, I actually studied these guys regularly, okay? And I have come to the conclusion in all sincerity that these guys are enemies of the black community. Now, I watched two of them collaborate together where one was given a shout out to a third guy with a YouTube channel because he showed them how to connect Patreon with Discord. Now, for those of you who have not heard about it, there is an app called Discord where you can have discussions about anything and everything that's disgusting or appalling. And these guys actually try to encourage you to spend time out of your life in Discord. But do you know what the word Discord means? It means disagreement, lack of harmony, and chaos. Guys, if you spend time engaging in disagreement, a lack of harmony, and chaos in your online life, you are going to experience the same things in your real life. You see, these YouTube cats, they will never admit that they don't have the knowledge that guys like you need, all right? They are very good at stating the problems with relationships between black men and women, and they are very good at presenting content that gives you the impression that modern women ain't shit. However, they never give you the information, the knowledge, or the wisdom that you need to solve these problems. This is why they continue to gossip like high school mean girls trying to stir up controversy, or like the women on reality TV, but they never give you the information on how to become a better man and how to build wealth for your family. You see, the only thing that these guys do is create controversy and make more money off your misery. They are very good at turning men like you into merchandise and turning you into their disciples. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 3 says, "And through covetous or lust and greed shall they with feigned words or deceitful words make merchandise of you or turn you into a commercial product." You see, they have devised a way to get your time and attention to position you to become the prey of the commercial advertisers. And the advertisers know that if you keep watching their ads, eventually you will spend money to get whatever they make you see. And these so-called brothers on YouTube are teaching you or making you disciples. And basically what they're doing is they're making you merchandise, okay? But true disciple is a process of leading and educating to the point where a person becomes an expert or reaches a level of understanding in a certain field or endeavor, right? True disciple is a product of discipline, and discipline is a result of receiving mental, spiritual, and emotional conditioning to where a person will automatically choose to do what's necessary to get what they want most over what they want now. However, brothers, there is a difference between leadership, true discipleship, and false discipleship. And you can see false discipleship happening clearly in churches and in a church context when a pastor calls a man his spiritual son. And see, he'll remain that pastor's spiritual son as long as he remains disciplined to do whatever that pastor wants him to do. And a man who's a false teacher or discipler inspires him to fulfill his vision to help him become greater than he is. And guys, this is the exact reason why God created Eve for Adam. If you follow a false teacher or discipler, you will turn into his bitch. True leadership, on the other hand, inspires men to fulfill their own vision and become greater men than they currently are. And pastors who are true leaders teach the women in their church to serve their own husbands rather than the first lady's husband, right? Now, it appears that the brothers with YouTube channels are no different than a lot of these pastors who are shysters. You see, just like many black pastors, these guys inspire you to become their disciples, and these guys have no other skill than the gift of gab, which they use to get people to give them their time, their attention, and their money. And isn't that exactly what pimps do to gullible women? 90% of pastors have no seminary training, therefore they are not proficient in Bible knowledge. And 90% of these guys on YouTube are fake gurus, so they are not proficient in what they claim that they're going to do for you. But at the end of the day, your life doesn't see a substantial change. And the average black man with a YouTube channel has the same negligible effect on people's lives as a shady pastor. And they trick people into giving them their time and attention just so they can make money. These brothers, they produce videos that get people juiced in the moment, but since the videos have no transformative value or content, that moment cannot be sustained, so people never get an experience or never experience a substantial change in their lives. And brothers, if you give a man your time and attention, you have actually given him part of your life. And once time is spent, you can never get it back. So when you give a man your time, it has to make a difference in your life, or you have to be made better in some way in return. And most of the guys with YouTube channels have nothing of substance to offer you that will make you a better man, a better husband, a better father and provider. They have nothing to offer that will actually show you the process of how to build generational wealth for your family. And the only thing they know how to do is to turn their viewers into loyal subscribers. But rather than being leaders who inspire their subscribers to become better men and women, they transform them into disciples. And the subscribers that become their disciples serve to help the YouTuber fulfill their vision to become better than what they are. Thus, the YouTuber gets rich and the disciples get poorer or remains in their current condition. Now, if you've gotten upset, okay, because you love to subscribe to these guys with the women ain't shit content, you have to realize that you have become just like the women you complain about. If you find yourself in the comments defending your favorite YouTuber, then you are no different than a church lady. Okay, whenever a pastor gets caught up in a scandal or gets criticized, the women are the first ones to come out and defend them. And whenever the truth comes out about a pastor, the women are the ones who try to turn that truth into a lie. And whenever a cat with a YouTube channel gets criticized, the guys who subscribe to his channel, they act just like women and run to their defense. However, the only reason you defend them is because they give you validation or a means to blame your failure with women on the women. But brothers, you have to wake up to the fact that the only reason that you have gotten dogged, dumped, and curved several times by women is because they discovered that you're a little bitch, okay? Most women are not lesbians, so they would rather have a real man, not a half a female.
Say it with your chest.
And guys, it's time to get up and grow up. Get up from in front of the TV or whatever screen that you view this nonsense from, and find content that will actually help you become better men, better women, and better at making money. And there's a lot of good how-to content on YouTube that can actually teach you what you need to know so that you can really improve your life. But the toxic women ain't shit content will make you toxic. And you've been given the impression that this content will make you an alpha man, but in actuality, it is turning you into a little bitch. Well, that's all that I have for now. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video with your family and friends, and I'll be back with something new that nobody told you. Until then, remember that God loves you, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you next time on Maximizing Fatherhood.